have the time to go.
Welcome to the King of Iron Fist Tournament 7.
Of like exactly what he needed, and yet he still didn't pick himself. He really just left himself so strong. So what was it you were actually
Zafina.
So yeah, this little reach up here, this is an agitation indicator for him. It's showing us that he has strong emotions centered around what he's talking about there, and that is understandable with the words that he's saying. If this producer or co-producer, this important person in the crew, if he's willing to go and get groceries or meals for Gabby during this time while being very busy, then that is an indicator of somebody who is good at their job. That's very good, and that goes right instead of everybody not caring at all about her because she's a victim. And so during this time, I was able to synchronize myself, and than I would Gabby's more chaotic body language at the start. So let's see how this all goes.
New challenger.
I think we were just trying to be difficult and throw around some power. So
When he's saying because, you can see a very strong indicator of disgust come out around his nose as it usually does, indicating that he has some negative feelings towards Gabby and which we understand why.
New challenger.
That is different from everywhere else, and that is also synchronizing with his words where he's talking about
Get ready for the next battle.
and that is showing that Joey is still synchronized. That's good to know because a person who continues being synchronized without their type of statement, especially one that seems to be
a troll.
I'm not sure if he had notes or anything with this. It's not showing up for him, so maybe he's a great on-screen talent and it's not showing up, or maybe he memorized it, or it's completely unscripted. Something along those lines. Regardless, to be able to see that synchronization across both channels of verbal and non-verbal, that's good to see. That does push towards authenticity rather than deceit. So far, Joey's doing quite well with being what seems to be pretty authentic. So let's continue.
to come back the next day at her home. So this is when everything kind of climaxed to her being upset and showing her true colors. It was the end of day 2. It's about 4 a.m. We're all getting out of our clothes and getting ready to go home. And the PA comes to let us all know our call times for tomorrow so we can be ready for our hair and makeup and get day 3 started. So the PA tells Gabby at 9.
So during that time, that entire cluster that he just showed where
Let's
stage
start.
starting, that's all forced
Round 1.
Yeah, it's definitely a troll. Cause if you dress like that, you're not dressing to play me. You're dressing to troll me. Oh my god!
Round 2.
Like,
Fight.
something interesting happened with his nonverbal
I can't see anything.
KO. Round 3. Fight.
Damn it, Yoshimitsu is a troll. Like, I don't like this character. What?
You win.
What did I just do?
Someone has a hard out and they can't make it through the whole filming process, and that actually included Tana this season because she had to go to an award show. So we had planned that Tana would die in episode 5, and with the whole issue with Gabby, we're like, we can't have her for one more episode. Let's get rid of her. So we planned the double death, which a lot of people were upset about, but now you know the real reason why there was a double death. The next day, I took Gabby aside, and
So with the weird overt, let's get rid of her, that seems as though it's compensating for something. Again, he's seeming overtly
New challenger.
happy or joyful or gung-ho, however you want to say that. But then why is he doing that there and not to be able to mask a little bit more turbulence behind that? Which I suppose would make sense if he was actually good friends with Gabby. Then having to remove her from the show for her bad behavior would be very uncomfortable and could be compensated or coped with by an over exuberance, so to speak, a display that's over the top of happiness or something along those lines. So that does make sense in context as well. Let's continue.
of course, she had a million things to say. She had all these excuses of what was going on with her and how she's the victim. And I'm in producer headspace. Like, I need to make sure that this production goes as smoothly as possible. There's millions of dollars on the line, and I am not about to let this girl fuck this up for me. So I'm just nodding my head like, yeah, girl, don't worry, everything's fine. Like, we're good. Like, it's all good. Like, I totally understand what you're going through. But in my head, I'm like, this girl is screwing me over so hardcore. She's made my life a living hell on this set. Made things way harder than they need to be. But you know what? I'm just gonna suck it up so she doesn't screw anything else up anymore. And that's what I did. And I am proud of the way that I handled my...
Something's odd around here. He has a strange style that he's presenting this in, and he's telling us obviously that he was wearing a polite mask while interacting with a cast member, in this case Gabby. That's not unheard of. I'm actually, if this went as he's presenting it, which I can't tell if he's really lying, when he says that, that's what I did. His voice goes up dramatically, pitch goes up, and strain on his vocal cords go up dramatically. He also punches up, and he has a small micro movement no of his head. That kind of pushes me to believe that's not exactly what he did, or not exactly how he handled it, or something around that isn't what he just presented. And for him to say that he handled it so coolly and collectively is not super likely, especially considering the stress that he was under. Maybe he did. His body language doesn't give me any certainty on that, but I mean, I think the story is still the same regardless of how well he handled this conversation that they're talking about now. So let's see if he comes back to it and adds anything to it in detail.
I took off on her very hard, but I don't think that would have been a good result on the set. I obviously didn't want her walking around, and I had to do what I had to do to protect me and protect the show. So if that's fake Gabby, well, it's what I had to do.
So from my experience on sets and with filming videos, working with clients, and working with cast and so on and so forth, it does make sense that he would want to keep things running smoothly that way. It is really upsetting for there to be a large argument, especially between one of the head of the crew members, so the producer or something along those lines, and one of the cast. It really can add some discord in the ranks. Off-put the entire show, just from one of those displays. It's not unheard of, but I do understand his desire to just keep things moving forward, and if he did have to put this fake smile, fake politeness forward during that time, then yes, he's quite right, that is fake. Gabby's right, that would be technically a lie.
Get ready for the next battle.
That it would make more sense to lie than to not. Let's keep watching.
So then her video goes into her apology and I fake accepting her apology. So, same with before, where we're on set, it's like I have to do what I have to do to protect this project, and by accepting accepting your apology was me protecting the project. You're pretty unstable, and I don't know what to expect from you, so I'd rather pretend that we're good than actually deal with the craziness that you bring. I don't think you realize this, Gabby. Maybe you do, but you're scary, and you make it very hard for people to be honest with you, and if I was honest with you, nothing would have changed. You're so delusional, and you think that you were always going to be the victim. Even months after, when I finally did share with you my frustration a few months ago.
All that I can say at this point is that non-verbally speaking,
Let's start.
he's being synchronized, which indicates that he at least believes what he's saying in regards to Gabby.
Fight.
There's no reason for me to see deceit, and I'm not going to read into anything that I see, so from what I can see, considering the baseline of his behavior now, he's very synchronized, calling out Gabby and her behavior. That's as far as the signs we see right now is concerned.
There was no getting through to you. There was always just an excuse. So, understand that the reason why you are being friends is cut off.
Round
You
2.
don't make it easy for people to be honest.
Fight.
Also, I want to share a story with you guys about after we wrapped up the video. And by the way, as the review was still up the middle, everything went like everybody had tears and we were all
What the fuck?
it got progressively better. And
Strange. Strange.
literally a negative energy had been removed from the set and we were all
What?
positive. But anyway, a week
Don't fucking try to grab me.
He is synchronized from what you can see, but some other things that you don't see, or maybe
Oh no!
So he's talking about things he can out of the set, and his gestures are opening up, he's smiling more, he's looking into his eyes, he's also starting to bounce a little bit on. And now during that time, that would be considered a gravity-defying gesture. Gravity-defying gestures or expressions can indicate positivity. In fact, they regularly do. So in this area,
No!
he's showing us
No!
that
Oh.
not only is he saying that things got better, but he's feeling that things got better, which means that he believes
No.
things got better. So we should continue to believe him.
Round 4.
Synchronized with
Fight. You win.
nonverbal communication. That's what we're seeing so far. Let's continue. There's only a little bit more.
the press shoot where we shot the billboard and the promo shoots and stuff. And of course, she just had to make that just as difficult. She was complaining about her call time because even though she was contractually obligated to come to this day, she had a gym appointment that she couldn't miss. So she was trying to basically,
When he's talking about the gym appointment, a little bit of disgust and contempt comes into the side of his face there, just showing a little bit more of Joey's non-verbal secret of his actual emotions towards them, and then
New challenger.
disgusted with it. Understandably, let's continue.
on set as least amount of time as possible. Kind of thinking like, oh, I'm just gonna make it done, shoot out and go. But that's not how it works. There's so many other things. There's tons of people. It's again not always just about you, Gabby. Like, I don't know what else to say.
Challenger.
The world doesn't revolve around you. She's just so entitled to feel like her time is more valuable than others. Meanwhile, again, Colleen has a newborn baby that she's breastfeeding on set and managed to make time to be there, but your gym appointment is way more important. I'm so sorry. You have to go to the gym, Gabby. That's way more important than the contract that you signed to be here for the full time that's required. But because things weren't going her way,
Man, that is some sass that he's throwing there, and rightfully so. For Gabby to walk onto a set, a TV show could be argued. It's a YouTube TV. It's YouTube Premium, so it's kind of like it's a TV show, right? To walk onto, let's say, a TV show set and just expect that all of this is going to center around you, that everything's going to communicate clearly, that you're not going to have to put out any effort, and that they're all going to only bend to you and what you want and your desires and needs and so on and so forth, is hyper unrealistic. It is very entitled to be able to think that. It doesn't even matter if you're an A-list star. There are other people that need to have attention given to them, so it just doesn't matter. And this isn't unheard of, especially as people become more popular. They have a little bit more difficulty controlling their own ego, and they become very self-centered. And people have pointed out that Gabby has some narcissistic tendencies. As we said, I'm a psychologist. That's just what other people are pointing out, and I would have fall into a lot of those personality categories. To be narcissistic. So for her to think that everything's just going to revolve around her side of things, it won't happen. It can't happen.
Round 2.
I don't know. Let's keep watching.
And she had a major meltdown, and I have no idea or some video to really show you guys how much she blew up on this poor woman. Telling her time when she was ready to set. For Gabby to keep going. So upset, and we didn't get her
On that last part, that was the end of the video. Like I said, that's not the whole video. Go watch the whole video, and we'll add some more details to it. Go watch the Gabby video if you want to know the scenario. And at that very end, with Gabby saying that terrible thing to a crew member, that has been backed up by other people who heard it as well. There were witnesses of that event. Gabby, get your poop. I don't know. There's not a better way to say that. Throughout all of this, it does seem as though there was a drama queen, and everything just went way off the rails. Joey, throughout this, non-verbally speaking, was quite synchronized throughout the entire video and lined up with the baseline. We didn't see anything on the show. There were no anomalies that would point in the direction of deceit, which is a good indicator of somebody either who is authentic and
Ow! Oh my god!
And in
Ouch!
this instance, I mean,
Ouch!
technically speaking, he has just as much drive to be both. If he's genuine, then that's good.
Oh my god. These fucking bears. I can't stand their bitch asses. Uh-huh.
Which hasn't been backed up by other people.
Wow.
Fight.
Woo! Oh my god! Ah! Ah! No! 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 Oh! 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 Oh!